So, good afternoon. I wanted to talk to you today about how to get ready to find out if you are going to need to do some remediation or not on your TPA scores. So, as you know, scores are coming in tomorrow, and what you will get is a score report that looks somewhat like this. This is one from last year where I've blacked out the name. And what you'll see in this score summary is a rubric, task 1. It goes through all the rubrics, gives you an individual score for each rubric, and then gives a task total score. Then if you have rubric 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, that's task 2, again, task total, and then you have task 3. Here is the total TPA score at the bottom. The average rubric score for this student was 2.73. So that is what you'll be receiving in the mail. And when you get this in the mail, this is what you'll be receiving in your email. And once you get that, you need to immediately forward it to me and to your seminar leader or supervisor, whoever has requested it. MAT students usually send it to Dr. Govett, and so we look forward to seeing those score reports. What you're going to be working on once you get this score report is that I have sent you another document which is called a remediation status worksheet, or worksheet for determining remediation status. And one of the things that I want to do is just take 1 second of a break, and you pull out your calculator. So does everybody have their calculator out? Great, because you're going to need it. So I'm pulling my calculator up on my phone. Okay. And this is just a reminder of the grading rubric. We're going to be using a flow chart that's on page 2 of this to determine whether you're going to need to attend remediation. As you can see, anybody who makes a 55 and up is completely exempt from remediation. But depending on where you score here or here for 13 rubrics, you may need to attend remediation. If you make under a 38, this video is not for you. If you make under a 38 for the 15 rubrics or the under a 33 for a 13 rubric, then I will be contacting you about setting up a time to speak to you. So let's take a look at page 2 at the flow chart. So the first thing you want to do is complete all the following boxes. Using this, we're going to complete all of the following boxes. So, let's see if this will let me pull this over. Ha, yes it does. And I pull this. There we are. Very good. So, I'm going to just answer the questions. What was my total score? So, 41. Put that in the blank. What was your task 1 total score? 13. I'm looking here. And the average rubric score. So, there were 5 of these. So, we're going to take 13 and divide by 5, and that's going to give us 2.6. Then we have task 2 total score. This student made a 14, and we're going to divide 14 by 5. That's 2.8. Oops. Then we have task 3 total score. The student again made a 14, and that is a 2.8. After you have completed this, then you go to step 2, and step 2 says highlight box A, B, C, or D indicating your total score. And I don't think we need the score sheet anymore. We can always pull it back up if we need to. So let's pull this back out. So the total score was 41. So I'm going, and I'm a 15 rubric, so I'm going to find the 41, and I'm going to highlight this box 41. Then I come to this question. In looking at if you have, do I have any rubrics with the score under 2? And that is none. So if I did, then I would highlight that I know I need to do any rubrics with scores under 2, but I don't have any. But you might when you get yours. So what you'll do is that you'll look to see rubric, you're going to do all scores under 2. That's anywhere from 0 to 1.5. That's why we say under 2. Going here, do any of your tasks contain a rubric score average that's under 3? Rubric score average 2.6 and 2.8. All 3 of those are under 3. So the answer to this question is yes. So therefore, for those tasks that average under 3, you must remediate for all rubrics that are under 3. So that means, going back to this chart, I'm going to need to, let's see if I got a little pen here. I'm going to need to, no, I think I'm not got a pen. So I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to, remediate 14. Let's see if I can erase that. I just love this technology. Isn't it exciting? There it is. I'm going to remediate rubric 4. And then I'm going to remediate rubric 9. And rubric 13. Let's see if I have any others that are below. Oh, there's one up here. I about missed it. Rubric 2. So rubric 2, rubric 4, rubric 9, rubric 13. The usual suspects, I have to say. So these are the ones I'm going to have to remediate. So at this point, I know what I have to remediate, and I know that I need to go to remediation. Now, step 3, once you've completed this worksheet, please upload these 2 files to D2L in the Dropbox EdTPA score report. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to file, save this as my Terrell Rocks worksheet for remediation status, and I'm going to put that in the Dropbox on D2L along with my score report here. Now that means that because I have this, I know that I have to go to the remediation seminar. So if your remediation seminar is on Monday night or Tuesday night or whatever night you go, you're going to go to your remediation seminar, and then you will get a form like this. And this also will be completed digitally. And you'll complete the name here. You're going to put the information, you're going to highlight, you can just go through all of that stuff that we just did. You're going to remember that you have to remediate. You've already decided, you've already discovered what you have to remediate by doing the worksheet. When you go to remediation, let's say you're going to do 2, score was 2, primary source of evidence was prompt 1, task 1, and then you're going to get out your understanding rubric label progressions, your URL, and you're going to type in here all of the wonderful things that make something look like a 3 or level 3 or a level 4. We're not looking for a level 5. You can put that there if you want to, but we're only wanting to bring it up to a level 3 or a level 4. And we're going to compare what we did need to what we had. So what went wrong with the original submission? So what's wrong with your original, did you forget to give a certain type of feedback or what was missing, and that's where you reflect and put that here. So that's why these fill up. I'm going to go ahead and take that out so I don't forget it. Okay, and then down here, once you have reflected on what went wrong with those original submission, then you're going to identify the parts that can be reasonably remediated. So have a discussion with your seminar leader about which of these you need to remediate. So if it was task 2, I would probably have you rewrite prompt 2. This student, I would probably have rewrite prompt 2, and I would have them rewrite prompt 4. And let's see what else. Rubric 9, I would have them, if they didn't have the information needed, then I would probably, you can't get new clips unless you redo the whole thing. So if you didn't have what you needed in the clips, then I would have you reflect, and I think that's prompt 4. And so anyway, whatever can be reasonably done. And then after you're finished with this form, you're going to actually do the writing. So I would have students rewrite prompt 2, rewrite prompt 4, and whatever prompts go along with, what we decided they were going to have to remediate. And then this form here gets saved and submitted to live text into an assignment that Tammy Baker is going to create. And I believe the assignment's probably going to be called Remediation, EdTPA Remediation or something like that. And so all that will go in there, and plus any of the rewritten material will be put in there. Now sometimes you can't really rewrite so much as you need to just say what went wrong and what you would do if you had it to do over. So that's a possibility. So there's not any kind of blanket thing I can tell you. It's going to be personalized. That's one of the nice things about this, is that we aren't all doing the same thing. We're doing things that are individualized for us. We have an individualized remediation plan. So that's what you're going to do, and I hope you are as excited about getting finished and graduating as I am excited for you. And of course there's my Strive to 45 sign down there in my office, and it's going to be a good day tomorrow. Don't be too worried about your scores. Sleep well tonight, and we'll approach everything that we need to with a positive attitude tomorrow. You have a good day. Bye-bye.